You
Good
can.
morning.
Hi. Good
How
morning.
are you? All right, let's rock and roll. We have a lot of stuff to do today. Look, not tomorrow, 2 days. Tomorrow's Halloween, so I encourage everyone that has kids to go enjoy Halloween with their kids. But look, we have essentially 2 months left at the end of this, through the end of this year. Now, there are certain things I really want to emphasize over the next 2 months. Our goal for all of us is to be in momentum. This is not the time to go hang out and do a bunch of dumb shit that you should not be doing. I will emphasize that again. I'm going to encourage you not to go to every holiday party. I'm going to encourage you to say no to things. And look, if you're going into arguably what's one of the most challenging times you've ever had in your business, is this the time to be the most focused, or is this the time to just go off in la la land? You're going to a holiday party. You're going to get invited to a lot of them. I want you to ask yourself two simple questions. What is the purpose of me being at this party? And is this in alignment with my goals? And if these answers no, don't go. Learning to say no is the most important skill that you're going to have into your growth. Period. End of story. So if you have not done it already, I'd like you to do it before the end of today. You need to go and block off all your vacation days, all of your time off with your family, all whatever parties. Like, you need to get in the game and start thinking. This is not the time and not the year to just kind of, okay, let me just go hang out. Because I think the whole New Year's resolution thing is the biggest scam in the world, because everyone makes all these promises to themselves and they spend the 2 months before that doing the complete opposite. Let's just overeat, work less, and not exercise, and hope on January 1st, like a miracle is going to happen. Our body's just going to want to do all these things. If you're going to network, that's fine. You have a specific purpose. The goal of this thing is to network. Well, what does network mean? Networking is an undefined task. The networking would be like, I'm going to go to make 1 to 3 great relationships and then have a follow-up plan after the event. If you don't have a follow-up plan, then don't go. Look, you all signed up here not to get on a flight that leaves you at an airport and then you got to figure out how to get to the hotel yourself. You figured out how to get to a destination. My job is to get you to the destination. Coaching is this weird exchange of an investment for information, and they think that's the exchange. I don't believe in that. I believe it's my job to figure out how to get you from here to here and to get you to do stuff that you normally wouldn't do on your own. So let's go back and visit the golden triangle of coaching. There's mindset, performance, and tactics. Mindset is where we need to be today, is our ability to think through things differently than we do now. Performance is the art of getting things done and unlocking that promise. Mary, it's really cool to look at myself in your TV behind you. So this is kind of new. And then you have the performance. If you're not coming here and you're not doing stuff, there's the gap. And then tactics. There's no shortage of tactics here. You log into our platform, there's hundreds and hundreds of training materials. But I'll tell you, there's one thing I've learned. And in the 3.5 years, you go through these programs over and over and over again. And each time you listen, you learn, and you adapt. What I've learned is there's an overconsumption of information and a lack of implementation. People track their ROI in a biannual or annual coaching program to how much their attendance is. And that could not be more wrong. I love seeing you here every day. Quite frankly, it motivates me to be my best self every day because I have to show up for everybody else. But if you're doing this annually, and I'm just going to make up a number, and you spend $5,000 over the course of a year, which in most people, unless you have a team, you haven't even spent, you don't need a lot of great things to happen for you to get a 2, 3, 4, 500% ROI. But people look at all of this stuff and like, well, if I'm not going to use all of this stuff, then it's not great. No, that's not how this works. You need to look at mini transformations. And you could say, okay, this is a session I'm attending this week, and the rest of the week I'm implementing it. The next week, and we want you to start doing them in 90-day cycles. So stuff gets done. This whole buyer's agents thing, to me, is the stupidest thing I've ever heard of in my entire life. Literally. And look, I've been guilty. I've used the word defending commission in my life before. But let me tell you, it's actually, if you think about the word in itself, defending. When do you defend something? When someone's attacking you, right? Remember the 7 keys of effective conversations: no telling, no explaining, no being combative. If your mind says you're defending something with dignity and honor and respect in my fee, that's freaking crazy. These are people on the other end, and so are you. All someone is asking you is, what do I get in exchange for the compensation that you receive? Is it really that complicated? I'm not going to get paid. They're going to take this away. No, they're not. Could you imagine if a bunch of first-time home buyers or people just started looking at properties without real estate agents? It's chaos. I truly believe, and I don't think I'm anything special. I think I'm a person like everyone else. If I would pay a real estate agent, I'm inclined to believe, with all the knowledge I have, that the majority of other people will too. And the people that won't pay are the people that are undercutting you, cutting your commissions, looking at properties, going around to listing agents. Great, just get rid of the people. You just saved a bunch of time and energy. We have to change our mindset around this. And you know what the difference is? The difference is between a base model of a car, the Cadillac, remember we looked at their website, the $85,000 offer, and the $120,000 fully loaded offer. That's you. You're the fully loaded Cadillac Escalade with all the bells and whistles. But if you have a horrible salesperson that cannot explain what the difference is, you're going to say, well, why am I paying so much money? Right? Look at it. You go 5 nights in a Ritz-Carlton for $7,500. Somebody's paying you $20,000, $30,000, $40,000, $50,000. We have to level up. This was bound to happen at some point. Operationalized luxury, curated luxury. That's what we need to focus on, anticipating our clients' needs and organically solving them before anyone ever has to ask. And the people that are smart and start doing this over the next 2 months, game over. Remember when COVID happened and all of a sudden people started interviewing agents because there was uncertainty in the market, uncertainty in the world? When everything is going well and arguably the Domino's guy could sell the house for the same amount of money as you can because there's 50 people outside the door, we're entering a skill market. People value information. People value conversation. Everyone has the right to know their options. Think about this. This is not like rocket science. I've been watching and reading them from every Inman, check out realestatenews.com. It's a great website that's free that you can find out all these updates, all these blogs, and what people are talking about. This stuff is crazy. I think the number one thing that people really need to tune into is that the people you're talking to are people. You guys are serviced by services. People forget that real estate agents are people outside of these conversations. Wouldn't you, if you were paying me, well, let's look at this, for example. If you paid $5,000 for a coaching program for a year, not a 60 to 90 day service, do you want to know how many sessions you have that you're able to attend? Do you want to know what time the sessions are? Do you want to know how the material is going to be delivered to you? Do you want to know how the instructors are? Do you want to know how you can network? Is that what you came for? Think about that. That's a $5,000 investment, or a $3,500 investment, or a $2,500 investment, or a $500 a month investment. And those are your expectations. So how are you doing this for your clients who are paying you infinitely more money? Forced growth. You can hear the seriousness and the tonality of my voice today, right? It's pretty different. Look, I'm your sergeant. I'm leading us forward. This is like Braveheart and I'm Mel Gibson. Charge. I want every single person to be prepared for January 1st. That trial ends in a week. Whatever's going to happen is going to happen. Control the controllables. Get out of your own way. For God's sake, stop trying to do 100 things and not doing anything. The goal is this. You find something, you identify a pain point in your business. You consume the information that's most relevant to the pain point. You implement, speed of implementation, what you learned. You measure what matters, you make the necessary changes, you automate it, meaning you know exactly how much time to put to whatever this thing is, and then you move on to the next one. Is that really that hard to do? I would hope not. But we have this thing called our brain that sabotages everything. It overthinks, it overcomplicates. Does your brain try to make anything simple for you? No. And then we have this other thing called our emotions and our feelings, which make it even more complicated. No one feels like going to the gym. No one feels like learning. No one feels like calling people for 30 minutes in a time block because their calendar says it. We all need to be honest with ourselves. But doing what you feel will never get you to your goals. Doing what got you here will never get you there. We're in a world where think about this logically, and I challenge anyone to answer no. Is there anything that you could logically think about at this point that you probably can't find on our platform to grow your business? I don't. And if it is, please tell me because I'll make it. It's all here. Look at Google. Look at AI. Who challenges here with making social media videos? Raise your hand. Who here feels that hiring video people and then all that editing is insanely expensive? Watch this. So everyone can see my screen? Perfect. This thing is called Opus Clip. You can upload an hour's worth of video here and it breaks it into this. Now, mind you, I did nothing. Now look.
The second you guys start realizing that a collaborative business is more beneficial to your clients, everything changes. And the first thing is their experience. The second thing is you get your time back, right? But if you do not understand how to scale through other people, how are you ever going to do this? You have to let go. This goes back to the whole addict thing, right? Addicts don't want to let go. I don't need to do that. Not me, I'm fine. No, you're not fine. You need to share. Share, right? Like, people are hired to do a job that they're excited to do, but you have to allow them to do it. You have to give them space to do it. You have to be okay if they make a mistake, and you sure as hell have to be okay if they make a mistake if you don't train them. So what I want you to do is answer these 3 questions. Where are you currently getting the least ROI on your time? The second you guys start realizing
Pretty cool, right? Now check this out. This is to just drive this point home. This is Opus Clip. You can upload video and it automatically builds those videos. Look at the pricing of this. If you want 2,400 minutes of video, that's 60 hours in a year. It's $114. $114. If you're somebody like me who wants to do an obscene amount of video and put all of our stuff in here, it's $4,800. This thing directly integrates into every social platform. You can post through here, and you literally, all you have to do is just record video, and it uses artificial intelligence. It makes it clips. You can edit the colors, and it's done. Goodbye, thousands of dollars of video. Could literally hire a videographer, a kid, use your iPhone, and then just upload the clips here, and it creates a video. The video was created by me uploading one Google Drive video, and it made me 5 other videos. Do you think there's a shortage of information and access to things that you have? Nathaniel, I'm interested when you try this because you're very geeked out into this stuff. What you think? There's no shortage of anything. It's a shortage of tactical, strategic thinking. You have to change your mindset. You have to change the way that you unlock your promise, and you have all the tactics. Who here is now going to get this Opus Clip and actually start making content? So if you don't like doing that, you should do what I do. Look, I overthink things. I'll tell you, If you asked me to shoot video the other day after we did the 7-hour live stream, I shot 100 videos in one day. One day, 7 hours, 7.5 hours. 43 for the end-to-end buyers, and then 57 social media videos. Now, that was very easy for me. Now, if you ask me to take one of these videos, come up with a caption and post it, I'm dead in the water. I'm going to overthink this thing. I don't know about the hashtags. I won't do anything. So then I realized, all right, fine. A, I need to get a team member to do this. B, you know what I like doing? I love just talking to people. So if you've looked at my social media lately, every single day, as much as I can, I just go on and I do an Instagram live. And I pick a nice picture from my camera roll. I put it as a cover photo. I learned that. If you look at the first couple I did with these random weird pictures of me, and then I started putting some nicer pictures, fine, it works. But you have to find how this works for you. So I'll take a team member now and I'll have them go post on every different platform multiple times a day and just start adding content. But I need another person to do that. I need to understand that about myself. What do you need to understand about you? So here's my question. Where is everybody stuck? Put it in the chat. Prospecting and listing is simple. You want to start marketing to all of your likely to sells, right? And that would be something actually decent. You might want to consider doing postcards, handwritten notes, and everything else. And then I would be obsessive over just continuing to contact people in my database religiously. And if you're looking at prospecting sellers, you better have a great market report that shares data. And like Jim Cramer style data. Okay. Amanda, let's spotlight her. Who here's hit yes if you don't feel like you're a great networker? You notice I have my hand up? Would you, I'm just going to keep throwing myself under the bus today. If you looked at my skills as like a coach, a great public speaker, do you think if I went to a room full of people, I'd be a good networker?
I do.
I hate it. Literally, like if I have to talk in front, I'd rather talk in a room on a stage for 10 hours in front of 1,000 people than be in a room of 75, 50 people and have to network the room. Like the people who are mastermind clients, my friends, are always like, you're always calm, nothing ever bothers you. And they have this thing that they say, they call it my networking face. Because when I look around the room, what I think about is every person, their story, why they're there, connecting with them. And I start thinking in my mind in numbers and people and time. I'm like, how can I connect with all these people? And I completely get overwhelmed. And I'm walking around like a deer in headlights, right? Like at the end of the retreat, I'll do my presentation and I look at that line full of people that want to meet me, take pictures. Some of them will be people here. And I'm like, oh my God, what do I do? How do I make every person feel seen and heard? So when I go to these events, what I realized over time is I'm looking to just meet one person and build a meaningful connection. That's it. So if I find one person I like talking to and they're not like a room hopper, I'll spend the whole night talking to that person, but I know I lead with one good relationship. And one good relationship opens more doors. Oh, I can't hear you. You just have to talk louder.
Chirag.
Yep, there we go.
Okay, great. During that time, are you that you're talking with that one person, are you talking about your services?
No. Because if I talk about them, they're going to want to know about me. So relationships are not built on sales. Relationships are built on that feeling of trust and rapport. And that's created through interactions and engagements. Listen, if you want to know the best networking tip that anyone could ever tell you, is go into a room full of people and just be curious. Be curious like you're a kid. Why? How? Tell me more about that. That's interesting. What got you into that? How'd you get started? Like, what was really a big breakthrough? And at the end of it, they're gonna be like, wow, so amazing talking to Amanda. You really didn't even say anything.
Yet you want them to know. So it seems like maybe the follow-up plan is the key part.
It's always the key part, but look, in your email signature, it says you're a real estate agent. If they follow you on social media, it says you're a real estate agent. You don't have to talk about it. People don't care about what you do until they care about who you are.
Thanks.
You're welcome. So for all the people that get stuck on this, call it the Chirag plan, one person. All right, analysis paralysis. That's a good one. Connie, where are you? Unmute yourself. I know a lot of people suffer for this, so I give you courage for actually bringing this up.
Hello.
Hello, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing well. So what happens?
I just overthink, and then I don't stay consistent with my schedule.
So give me an example.
Like, let's say I'll have prospecting on my schedule, for an hour, and I will do everything not to do that.
And why do you think that happens? Do you hate it?
I don't necessarily hate it. I get shy. I feel like I'm not as confident. So I feel like my voice wavers. I get extra excited and I talk really fast and I don't slow down like I'm doing right now. Wedding.
Like you're doing right now.
Exactly.
Here's the thing. These are all people that you know, and all you're doing, you should just keep a note on your desk and on your computer that says, who do I have the opportunity to create a more meaningful relationship through a conversation today? Who do I have the opportunity to create a more meaningful relationship with a conversation today? That's all it is. The whole point of prospecting, it's not really prospecting. You're literally calling people, asking them how they're doing, how's their work, how's their house, how's their family. You don't ever have to talk about yourself. And then we're like, oh, how's business? What's going on? What market are you in?
I'm in Big Bear Lake.
Great.
So it's a small resort town.
Perfect. So if I said, hey, Connie, how's business? You know what you're going to say? Business is moving along. I made a commitment next year to help 40 families make a move to or from Big Bear Lake. So if you know anyone that I can help, please keep in mind. And that's it. I wouldn't say anything. People that have relationships aligned around commitments, words make a difference.
Thank you.
You don't have to do anything. You just have to talk to other people about what's important to them. And the craziest part is if you take good notes when you meet clients throughout the transactions, like we talk about, you'll have 100 things to talk to them about because they tell you everything. Is there any kind of filter on most people when they're buying or selling a house? No. All of that is valuable information.
Got it. Thank you.
We got your back, Connie.
I appreciate it. Thanks.
Let me look around. I do love the pink headphones. Listen, for anyone who's inconsistent, anyone who has a hard time following through, anyone who has a hard time with time blocking, find each other. We're going to leave the chat open. Just need accountability, get in a group accountability text in our WhatsApp group, or literally just set up a 30-minute meeting to get these things done. One of my old assistants, when we started, she found this part of my schedule that I was not getting done to actually get ahead. So what she ended up doing was booking these meetings for us. And she goes, hey, I want to do an update meeting 3 times a week. And so we go up to the meeting. She's like, give an update on this. I said, no. I'm like, okay, great. And what she ended up doing was setting up these accountability working sessions for me, where literally for 30 minutes, 45 minutes, whatever it was, she would just literally sit there on Zoom and look at me and be like, all right, I'm going to do my emails and you're going to do this presentation. And when you're done, you can leave. I'm like, all right, cool. Like there's some things I need you to do that you haven't been doing. So why don't you do them? And these things ended up working as a 2-way accountability system where the things I needed her to do that she might have been putting off or be resistant to, she did on the call. The things that I needed to do to get ahead for our team, I would do on the call. And when those calls happen, I would never not show up because then you become a hypocrite. I'm going to learn how to
Firuze, good morning.
Yep.
Yes. So totally different topic, Chirag. It looks like more and more the interest rates are for 2024 are going to be staying around 7%. That's where all the data is saying. Leonard today in his newsletter also mentioned that. And I have several buyers who kind of sat on the fence this year, hoping that next year the interest rates change and they can come back to the market. What would be the conversation that you will have with them because they have saved some money for down payment, but it looks like with the 7% interest rate still going on for probably most of 2024, how do you have a conversation with them?
Hold on, I have something for you. Wait 1 second. Hold on.
Sure, no problem. Take your time.
I would use this. Here's like a calculator that we made. And if you look at this, it walks people through the different scenarios. This is assuming 20% down. And if the interest rates go up, you can put them here by what it is. It'll go through payments. These are comparison tables. Oh, wait, this is the wrong one. Hold on. Sorry, everybody. Wait a second. Aha, here it is. Use this one, everybody. So if you want to talk about this, you can't tell them what to do, but you can say, you can put things like if the rates go up, the rates go down, present rates, future rates, if rates go down, and it creates the summary that says, if you can act now, you can negotiate the price today, then wait for the rate to go down to 5%. Buying at today's rate would be an additional $10,927 over 2 years, compared to if you wait for interest rates to go down to 5%. Acting now in the marketplace rate ensures this, 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 and this. So this isolates the difference. So you can just literally walk them through this table now.
That's perfect.
And the thing that people don't realize about this is the price is more important. Like, I don't like this, date that, marry the house. I don't know, date the rate. I don't care. I don't buy into any of that jargon, into any of this stuff. But like, look, it's really simple. If you look at a purchase price that you're going to pay an interest rate on 30 years, what makes more sense? Getting the best price or the best rate? Let me show you the difference, because eventually the rate goes down and you're only paying this higher rate for a stipulated period of time. So if you buy a house at a higher price and a lower rate, like, you're still paying more money over time because of the compounded interest. So take this calculator and see what happens. And look, you need to show data. If the rates go down, show what rate are you waiting for it to go down? This, great. You can pull a chart from your mortgage lender, see where the rate went down to and how much more competitive it was. You got to remember, there's record low inventory and record high pricing. So the more buyer demand happens, the more it's going to go up. So you're going to want to say these things to people like, look, I can't say if this is the right time for you or the wrong time for you. The best thing I can do is give you data to drive your decision so that you can make the best financial decision for you and your family and get really comfortable talking about these numbers. All right.
Thank you.
My time to drop off. I feel our time is very productive today. Learn to say no, be focused, fill the gap, and just realize everything you need is right inside of here. We need to believe in ourselves and know today is going to be our day. It's going to be your day. You're going to be fine. You can't control so many things. You can control your calendar and your aligned actions. And right now, I want everyone that needs accountability to find somebody in the group and do it. For us next year, I'm sorry for all of our teaser lead up emails. Somebody sent me an email like, if you don't tell me what this is, I'm leaving. We have to wait till Wednesday. There's no more emails. But look, we realized that people need more accountability. They need to end up. So we found a way to personalize this entire experience for you. We're going to be giving you more value, and you're going to have 52-week accountability next year. So stay tuned. So there's going to be something very special that you'll see in an email from us on Wednesday. Literally, there's 26 of those big Post-it things where we've been experience mapping for all the different variables of people that come and join and everything else. So look, in the end, people need partners and coaches. So Nicole, everyone's going to get, if you stay with us next year, it's an all-inclusive everything. We're not separating programs anymore. Because everyone needs everything, and everyone needs live coaching, everyone needs accountability, and people need partners that are coaches. There is no way. The number you want to write down is what does it cost to run your household, plus what does it cost to run your business? And that number for most people in America here, at least $10,000, equals figuring it out on your own or not doing anything. That is the most expensive thing in your business. It is never an investment in yourself. I literally feel bad, whether it's myself or somebody else. If you're not in an annual program that's factoring for all these things, you're going to have a very, very challenging year, because it's going to be very hard to keep up with your business and all the changes at once. So we have your back. Please find accountability partners. The pricing comes out, but here's a hint: it's not more money. Look, our goal is to add value. Like, you guys know this about me. I don't care about anything besides what you do next, and that people are happy and they're getting out of this place of constantly being stuck, feeling in pain, being insecure. I'm trying to get rid of all the fear, doubt, worry, uncertainty by doing as much work as I can for you. Like, our buyer presentation that we'll give you to get buyer brokers agreements is going to be built in Compass Marketing Center. It's called the Compass Advantage Empowering Your Home Search. We're going to build the whole thing for you and give it to you. So you can put your picture in there, or have your branding in there. Every word you say will be documented. Every step in the buyer process will be documented. Every email template you need, it's all done. You just have to take action and understand how to do it. But part of that is our part, and that's going to be a big shift in how we prioritize the classes and what you attend and the whole philosophy. No one has ever made anything like this, any brokerage or any company. Because coaching traditionally is just, how much stuff can we give? And it's the exchange of stuff for an investment, and then the rest is on you. Well, the way that we look at it is, you could go anywhere in the world and you chose to be with us. We want to make sure that you use as much of this stuff as possible, because if you don't use it, it's all worthless. So as always, love in my heart. I love you all. Find each other. And I look forward to seeing everyone tomorrow. Bye, everybody.